Hey, what's up, happy people? Today, we are going to talk about some characters that you should build right now. I won't tell you how to build them, nor I will suggest you to follow this video. You can build your character as you like, but some are in the better spot right now. It's just an opinion about why they kind of become a core in many specific themes. And oh yeah, by the way, the core in this video has the meaning of characters that define a specific theme. You basically can work around them to make a good theme, like a Morgana theme, Reverse Fate, Walnut, and so on, and basically a meta right now. And by the way, I create this video based on the characters I have, so it wasn't meant to become a guidance or something, it's purely an opinion. Also, I made this video solely for killing my boredom with something that I can learn on, improving my English and something like that. So, bear with it and remember to take this with a bunch of salt, as the reason I mentioned earlier. And let's go to the first part of this video. Boy, you like it. Ganyu and Venti. We already know how broken their kids are. But why is that the two might set some future-proof upon them? Well, look at Ganyu. Ganyu right now is considered as a top-tier DPS. She's really that good on that role, but she also has some kind of support ability. Her burst is a literal on-field buff that boosts the team cryo bonus damage, and on top of that, can be a broken thing when combined with Venti's burst. At the time there will be a stronger DPS than her, she can adapt to become a sub or burst support alongside Venti. And Venti, well, it's a Venti. The latest transformation reactions buff made him more broken than ever. His swirl right now has a taste of child's type. Yes, I'm not joking right now. And the more the enemy you suck on his burst, the more his damage becomes. But he and Ganyu can produce some absurd thing like this. So basically, you can put Ganyu and Venti in the same team and slot in other characters in between that can take advantage of Cryo, Swirl, Infusion Burst. The two become the core on that team. You can go by something like Mona and, well, Xiangling. You can go by something like Bennet and Xiangling. And you can go by Kuching and Shinju. And or even so, the next character like Yoimiya. Okay, and let's move on the next pair. The Snapshotter. In case you don't know what Snapshot is, Snapshot in Genshin can be defined as an ability to gain some buff at a time that lasts for a whole duration of certain actions. The Snapshot is identical with Bennet Burst, which buff everyone standing in his circle. In this case, Xiangling, in my opinion, is the best among them. She can take advantage of this mechanic, especially with C4. Xiangling and Bennet are complementing each other. Bennet provides energy for Xiangling, and Xiangling provides the damage. And also, she can shred with Goba. Both are Pyro, which means we can get Pyro Resonance for the sweet 25% attack and faster energy gain. Both of them are famous for making it in a lot of different team comps, like something like Ganyu Shotgun to be precise, Child, Reverse Fate, the national team, and so on. They are really that reliable in the time you need to burn some enemies with ease. And next is Reactor Support. Nothing more good than a good old Electro. It's true that Electro right now needs some kind of buff, but the latest change on EM makes some characters gain some advantage, and among them is Fischl and Beidou. Both were used in the Tether team, focusing on Electro charge reactions, and right now Electro charge gains some 40 to 60% buff on the damage. Both are currently regarded as the best Electro off-field DPS. They don't need to stand on the field and let some characters like Child and Sucrose do the normal attacks. Well, both are Electro and both are complemented each other. Fischl has near 100% uptime on her O's, but she mostly do a single target damage. And meanwhile, Beidou covered that. She can lower Electro resist at C6 and deal a multi-target lightning bolt that becomes something terrifying in the Tether comp. Random bot and see your screen flooded with numbers. Next is the Geodaddy. Walnut is the name. The term refers to the double Geo team, which sit at the core of Zhongli and Albedo. This too is the pinnacle of babysitter in terms of protections. At the time you need a reliable shield along with high damage for your delicate DPS like Xiao, Hutao, Yula, Klee, or even Diluxitu with the Serpent Spine, perhaps? Zhongli and Albedo will shine like no tomorrow. The buff of Georesonance becoming a meta-defining factor. They basically the duo that can be anything, a nuker, a buffer, a shielder, even a battery. So anytime you need to relax and play peacefully, you should run this team all day long. For example, this Diluc. Diluc with the Serpent Spine has the effect of keeping the stack. It has to be up. Meanwhile, Diluc has the contradictions with the constellations, the C2. He has to be hit. This, in a Walnut team, will excel because what? Even enemies hit Diluc with a shield, the stack from the C2 still counts, and then the damage will be buffed by the Georesonance, because Georesonance adding 5%, 15% more damage. This one can make your team indestructible and also dish out some outstanding damage. Well, we comes to the last mentions of the characters we should build right now, which is the 4th slot options. And the 4th choice slot. Anyone can be a 4th choice, but these characters really define their own team. Xingqiu being a best support for Pyro right now. Oh no, I'm wrong. He is one of the faster characters that can give a wet status that can support a Fade, a Vaporize, or Electro Charge. And Sucrose right now becomes a real monster with the EM change. She now can be a main DPS standing with something like Suck Fragment or even a Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayer to buff your Beidou and Fischl in a Tether team. And that team also includes Xingqiu for further Electro Charge reactions. And the last is XqDiona. XqDiona is something like a hybrid between Zhongli and Bennet. XqDiona can heal you, can protect you by a shield, and she can buff your EM at C6, which is substantial for this update right now. And she is a battery for every character in a Cryo category. She is really good, but people often to mix him with another support. Well, these three can define their team. For example, Xingqiu will always go with Pyro or Electro. in a specific vaporized and electrocharged team, and Fischl will go in 3 teams actually: Reverse Fade, Melt, National Team, or even the electrocharged one. And XqDiona is usually in the best team right now, the Morgana, which is Mona, Ganyu, and Diona. This Venti, the broken one. Well, these characters may last long, as they can bring some unique and utility and support, so I highly suggest you to start heavy investing on this tree, especially Sucrose. We can build him as a full EM support. That's it. Alright, we come to the last part. We shall see the demonstration of how these characters form a team as a whole, with these very little examples. Alright, that's all for me this time. Take everything with a grain of salt. If you have something to say, leave a comment below. Thank you for watching, and remember, keep the wallet safe as this hard time has not yet vanished. Bye bye.